alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The dua that we will be learning today is a very important dua. And we are supposed to recite this dua 3 times every morning. So the story behind this dua is in a hadith. Juwayriya radiallahu anha reported that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam left her house in the morning as she was praying Fajr and doing the Fajr Azkar and praying to Allah and doing dua. So when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam returned, Juwayriya radiallahu anha was still doing the Azkar and still in the same spot. So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went up to her and asked, "Are you still in the same place since I had left you?" And she said yes. And so after hearing this response, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that I recited a few words and repeated them 3 times while I was out. And if we were to weigh the azkar that you have done all this time and those few words that I've repeated 3 times, those words that I have said will outweigh them. And those words are Subhanallahi wa bihamdih adada khalqih wa rida nafsih wa zinata arshih wa midada kalimatih. So you can see by this story how important these little words are, how important this dua is, and how much reward we can get by just saying these few words. So now let's look into this dua. Subhanallahi wa bihamdih adada khalqih wa rida nafsih wa zinata arshih wa midada kalimatih. Meaning, glory be to Allah and praise be to Him by the quantity of His creation, the quantity of His pleasure, the weight of His throne, and the quantity of the ink of His words. And again, we are supposed to repeat this dua in the morning 3 times. Basically, this dua means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free of any fault. So we are praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so much as the number, as much as the quantity of His creation. And we don't even know how much He has created. He has created so much and done so much for us. So we are also glorifying Him and praising Him until the point that He is pleased with us. He is greatly pleased with us. And we are also praising Him to how heavy His arsh is, how heavy His throne is. Because the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the biggest creation Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ever created. And can you imagine how heavy it would be? So we were praising Him to that much. How heavy His arsh is, how heavy His throne is. And we are also praising Him how much the ink of His words is. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if you were to gather all the humans and describe all the things that I've created, and you would fill the oceans with ink, all the ink would finish, and you would not be able to finish describing. Subhanallah! Isn't it amazing? Now I will repeat this dua a few times so that we can memorize it and say it by heart. So, Subhanallahi wa bihamdih adada khalqih wa rida nafsih wa zinata arshih wa midada kalimatih. Once again. Subhanallahi wa bihamdih adada khalqih wa rida nafsih wa zinata arshih wa midada kalimatih. Last time. Subhanallahi wa bihamdih adada khalqih wa rida nafsih wa zinata arshih wa midada kalimatih. I hope by now you have memorized this dua. I have. It is very easy. It's a small dua and it's not hard. But if it's hard for you, you can repeat this dua when you're doing your daily chores when you're playing a video game, when you're on the bus or on the train or on a long drive. Anytime you don't have to recite anything, it will be a good time to practice this dua. And at the same time, you will be getting reward and you will eventually have this memorized. So Jazakallah khair for listening, and I will see you next lesson with a new dua.